Card 0, Echoes of the 99 by August Servant, Volume 1. Dedication. This book is dedicated to my seed and my progeny, that these words may live on longer than I can survive, towards one end, that my legacy may live on to one day meet and instruct my children and their children's children. And it will be in this that I would consider my bargain with God squared and the promise of this life fulfilled. This manuscript is also dedicated to every seeker before me. You have my thanks. And as your words have germinated in me new life with a passion to serve, it is in the same spirit that I sow my seed in the minds of man for the next class of light bringers. Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. Introduction. I am here to express the warmth of my gratitude by sharing all that I have uncovered. Therefore, let it be known that the purpose of this manuscript is to increase the life experience of all by inspiring hope and enthusiasm through the love and knowledge of God and self. I submit to you, and not from the posture of I and me, but us and we, because when we all stand as a united front together, as one, we are worthy. The father of philosophy. To quote the Socrates paradox, I know that I know nothing. With the lesson here being, it is by keeping your cup completely empty that you will always have room for more. And the bonus is that you will walk away with the greater portion than those who think to add more to what they already have in their cups. Hidden in plain sight. We are able to stand alone only by the strength and support of our own understanding. Therefore, it is only by what we possess that is unseen that we are able to take hold and grasp with a firm hand those things that are both seen and perceived. Contrary to popular belief, Card 0, the Fool, is the highest tarot card in the deck. And how is that? Well, let's break it down. 0 says, I stand alone at the door of abundance. I am the increase and the absence. God says, I am the Alpha and the Omega. The Fool says, you will know that you are ready after you have made it. In other words, entrance is the price of admission. To say that it doesn't matter how you got in. The fact that you have arrived proves you and serves as validation to anyone who would raise the question as to your authenticity. You see, the fool follows no one and makes his own way by utilizing resources, ways, and means never before imagined. And it is in this way that the fool is like unto a god all to himself, because he is both a pilgrim and a pioneer, thereby making all those who would follow in his wake disciples. Prologue. Echoes of the 99. Life is an echo, as we live in the impressions left behind by our ancestors. Echoes of the 99 speaks to the 99 virtues of God, those of love, patience, forgiveness, goodness, etc., and how they so interrelate to make up the fabric of our character and personality. Another word for God is gift. Another word for gift is virtue. And when you cultivate and develop one virtue, another is born to support it. This is what is meant by, for in Him, God, we live, move, and have our being. Acts 17:28. All 99 virtues are of God, and we all possess the capacity to put them into practice. Therefore, anytime you show, demonstrate, speak, or feel a virtue, you are literally spellcasting. To say, working with the Spirit of God within you as a summoning to manifest a positive result. Because nothing evil, malicious, or bad can come from a virtuous act. Virtues are positive attributes, which adds to the increase of the soul of man, which speaks to the content of a person's character, the depth of their understanding, and the caliber of their moral fiber. Now then, to possess all 99 virtues is to possess the power of God incarnate in the flesh. And where we all possess a measure of His Holy Spirit within, that measure gives us the ability to recognize and discern good, to say the presence of virtue in others, that we may learn, emulate, cultivate, and someday possess within ourselves through the arts of family, fellowship, friendship, and common unity, community. The 99. Question: can you list the 99 virtues of God? Answer: no. The reason being, only 33 of them have a language and are seen. Another 33 are felt and can only be made manifest physically in a state of being. And the last 33 are altogether unseen, like a kind of intuition. Basically, the short of it is, you have 33 that manifest physically through the character, another 33 of the mind or soul, and the last 33 that are of the heart or spirit. And the process is, mastering one physical attribute is the first step towards the unfolding of its mental or soul accompaniment through the mind. And then its unfolding again of its emotional or spiritual accompaniment through the heart. Candor. Moving forward, please do not mistake my candor for a lack of humility. The truth is often straightforward and leaves little room for the observance of social graces. You see, I happen to be of a mind that the sooner we see each other clearly, the sooner we can begin to feel comfortable in one another's presence. Now then, in speaking for myself, life can be as short as our next mistake. This is why I live as I love, without permission or apology, qualifying that statement by highlighting the fact that courage doesn't ask permission, and apathy is not without its virtues. Now, as crass as that may sound, hear me out. Have you ever noticed that we are dubbed as mavericks the moment we decide to think for ourselves and walk the road less traveled? And how very unfortunate it is for us that the ignorant believe it. And you don't need me to tell you that there are far more unlearned people in this world than there are learned. It is for this reason that I say, if you want to see me, then you're going to need to look up. Because those things that are pure, even thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, tend to rise. The call to duty. Question: what makes you so special? The thing is, my brother, we are all called. I just decided to stop running and answer. And this right here, this is what duty looks like. It's not glamorous, but it is God's work. And I consider it a privilege to serve not just the Lord, but you as well. The reason being, we're all family. And let me tell you something else. Duty to God is the highest form of service, because you can't serve God without providing in some way for his people. The harvest. Matthew 9:36 through 38. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they were distressed and scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, the harvest is truly plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore to the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth more laborers to help in his harvest. You see, we are the crop. Therefore, each and every one of us is the reason. The dilemma for you and me lies in the fact that we cannot harvest ourselves. Therefore, the sacrifice of another is required to do the heavy lifting. Only with your support. I am here working on your behalf, and all I ask of you is that you lend me your ears as well as your support. And the best way to show your support for my efforts would be to donate via my website, or to simply purchase a copy of this book for yourself. This is important because you can't manage what you don't measure, and it is only by tracking my book sales, video views, donations, internet buzz, and reviews that I can step outside the vacuum of my own thoughts and get some real-time feedback on my work. Ego tripping. As much as I would like to think that I'm not simply babbling on for the sake of ego and self-aggrandizement, the simple truth of it is, it's not for me to say. So I will let my father say it for me by sharing a past conversation. My father told me once, you don't have to be a great speaker to draw an audience. Just tell your story, speak your truth, and rest assured that the ear that needs to hear it will catch it, as surely as a bird of prey snatching its nourishment straight out of the water with a ferocity as certain as its desire to satisfy its appetite. Still, it does bear mentioning that having something to say is not the same as being worthy of an audience, and the determining factor is not found in the messenger, but in the message. What I have to say is not for any who can hear, but only for those who are drawn to me by the conviction of their own hearts. To say that I only need a few people to cross the threshold of hearing to listening, upon which the real journey towards enlightenment can begin. Now then, a small measure of your time is all that I require as you consider the pros and arguments that I have laid out in this manuscript. And let it be known that this model is my preferred platform in terms of getting the word out, deciding to no longer speak it to the streets. For to continue to speak without an audience is either vanity or lunacy, and neither impression will serve my cause. Therefore, let us simply suffice it to say that in my humble opinion, this is a noble endeavor and a just cause worthy of pursuing. And if you would agree with me, then support my efforts and add my voice to your own. Because alone, I can't. But together, however, we can. Who are you? I am the embodiment of my values, morals, beliefs, and faith. I am not a man of conquest. It is my belief that the ways and means of how we go about this or that matters more than the actual achievement of our personal goals. With the reason being, we still have to live with ourselves afterwards in the new world changed by our actions, for better or for worse. Now then, my question is not, what does this life have to offer me? Instead, it is I who ask the question of the world. What can I impart or give while I am here that will improve the life experience of others? And it is after giving that question some thought that I offer the following words outlined in 3 parts. First, failure is the easiest thing that you will ever do in life. So the best guarantee against it is to work harder than anyone else at whatever you put your mind, heart, or hand to. Second, you can't be effective at anything if you hate who you are. The reason being, while you cannot truly live or appreciate a life that you do not love, the paradox is you cannot love a life that you do not truly live. And before you can live your best life, you must first think your best, feel your best, look your best, speak your best, and then strive to do your best. Lastly, while there is no such thing as a half-truth, there are, in fact, many levels to truth. With the realization here being, success is not something that you graduate to. The fact is, it's yours at the moment you put the laws of success into practice. For example, the first law of success is service, because we make money by making friends. And the sooner we capture the gravity of that statement and then go on to incorporate it into our ethos, the better it will and can be for us all. Because by leading with cooperation, unity is all but assured. And few obstacles can stand against a united front. Vanguard. Years ago, I watched an interview with a Pixar animator regarding his experience from the digital movie perspective in the making of an animated blockbuster. And when he said that it took on average 2 weeks for a team of animators to produce 1.5 minutes of seamless digital footage worthy of the big screen, that really got my attention. In fact, I thought about that a lot when I was working on the presentation of this book in a video format. Because believe me, it takes a long time to get this stuff right, depending on your level of commitment and overall standards. Honestly, I don't even know if it was worth it. Only time will tell. But what I can say is that it was time well spent, especially during this pandemic. Saturday, July 24th, 2021. I submit to you. Be worthy. Please allow me to introduce myself. You can call me August Servant, and it is a privilege to bring to you my captured echoes of the 99 by way of Card 0, the Fool.